Hi class. So we've been working on searches, specifically linear searches and binary searches, and we've written this web page together where we can randomize a list of numbers, and we can make that list however long we want. We can make it 25. I like 250. It kind of sits on the page, the web page that I have. It's filling the page, but it's not making us have to scroll through the list. Then we can click a seek number, and what that does is that will pick a random number that has an 80% chance that it will be in the list and about a 20% chance that it won't. And then we can say next binary search, and the way binary searches work, if you don't remember, is go to the middle of the list. If the number that we're looking for, in this case 17,936, is bigger, throw out the first half of the array and then cut the array in half again. And now 24,042 is the middle of the second half, and now it's a smaller number, so then it goes to 19,669. It's smaller again, and it just keeps going until we get to the number. In this case, it took seven checks before it found it. What I'd like to do then is be able to hit the reset button and say next linear search. And I gave you the web page for this pseudocode, and the pseudocode says set I to 1. Now in JavaScript we set it to 0, but this is just in common code, just common language. So not everything is exactly the way that we would see it in JavaScript. So we'd set I to the beginning, and that might be better than saying 1. Then we'd say if I is greater than the length of our list, go to step 7. Well, what's at step 7? Oh, element wasn't found. So if we get to the end of the list, the element's not found. Okay, got that. If the element that we're on is equal to the number we're looking for, go to step 6. What's step 6 say? It says, oh, say the element has been found, and then exit. Otherwise, add 1 to our index and go back to step 2. Step 2 checks, are we too far? Did we check all the numbers? If not, do we have the correct number? If not, go to the next number, and so on and so on. And so I'm going to code this right now, and this is your job to code. So I'm not going to give you the answers, but I'm going to walk through this in the video real quick, just to keep you in a comfortable space. You do not need to watch me if you don't want, but I think this might help some people. And so here's our code, and I've closed all the code. This is all code that you should have already. And I'm going to write another function. And so, boom. You're not going to be able to copy my code, but you can just see about how deep I need to go. And I'm also going to talk through it. So you can follow me talking through this if that could help you. So I'm going to write a function, and I'm going to name it. And I'm going to go to my HTML, make sure I'm calling the function. Not that page. So when I press the button, I have to make sure that the function gets called. And next linear search. So my HTML will call this, and back to the JavaScript. And so now I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to, I kind of like this pseudocode. I'll grab the linear search. And if I wasn't doing this in the video, I'd actually just probably have the windows side by side. But I think following along in the video, it's a little easier to just put it as a comment. And so I'm going to put the comment. Copied it again instead of pasting it. So I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to close my comment, and I'm going to also give credit that I grabbed the pseudocode from tutorials. And now I'm just going to follow along. Now you have to also remember, we're not going to loop here. We just want to do one step of the loop, and so that's a little different than most algorithms. So we have to, just like we did in the binary search, we have to say, okay, are we starting? And if you remember in the binary search, if our current index is like -1, then we can assume that we're starting. If it's not -1, then we're not starting. So I'm just gonna come and I'm actually going to look at my binary search code to see what I did there. And then I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to put it in my own. So I have my instance of, hey, we're starting. And what do we need to do if we are starting? I'm going to look at the algorithm. And it looks like when we come in, we set our current index to the beginning of the array. And you're going to have to figure out what index is the beginning of the array and just put that up. Then if the current index is too large, and that would be, and I'm not going to say everything, but you can look at your code before to know what is too large. And I'm copying stuff from binary search. I'm actually using binary search a little more than the pseudocode because that's also kind of close to what we want. So now I know how long our list is. And so if the current index is greater than the list length, in fact, greater than or equal to, I'm exiting out. And then I'm going to say if current index is equal to the thing that I'm looking for. And you have to remember, you're looking in the list at an index. So, so we're looking at the list item at our current index. And if that's equal to our seek number, or whatever we called it, I'm just looking at the variable name that we used it. It looks like I called mine current seek number. For the same, yay, we found it. And we don't need to do anything else, so I'm exiting out. And then I need to push the current index onto our used array. And that's not in the algorithm because that's for our display. And then we're just going to display the list. And I think that's pretty much all you need to do. Now, I've just talked you through all of this, and now I'm going to test it. And if it works, I'll test it. I'll test it twice. Once it's going to be blurry because I don't want to. So new seek and oops, reset. So nope, not working yet. Let's see. F12. Just got a new keyboard, so there we go. Okay, so there's no error there. So what's going on? Why isn't it incrementing? Oh, so then I didn't increment current index after when I get to the end. So increment it before you display. Test it one more time. Refresh this. So I'm going to say reset, randomize, new seek number, and then next linear search. And it seems to be working. So give me 1 second to hide some stuff on you. And you definitely, I hope you watch this video. I hope it's a little helpful. So now we can come back so we can see everything. And so you can see what we're going for. So I'm going to hit reset, and I'm going to say next linear search. And it just goes. And we're looking for 145. 145 is not in the list, but it's going to go through the whole thing because the advantage to this is it doesn't need to be in order. And you could practice with smaller lists if you want, but it should stop at the end. I did boom, okay, and then it doesn't, the search count doesn't go up anymore. So we'll reset, we'll get a new seek number, do binary search found it in 4, reset, and this is actually close to the end of the list. Oh, uh-oh, it went right through. Gotta test it and come back to it, so. I see that I have a typo in my code. So you are experiencing me bug test as well. Let's refresh one more time. New seek number, 2,300. Let's do a binary search. And it took 7 searches, reset, and then linear search. And it ends. Now, do realize you don't have to use the garbage array because there is no garbage. You're looking at every item. So that's one array you're just leaving alone. And yeah, that's it. I hope this helps a little bit. Good luck. You're going to get some time to do this on your own. And I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you're proud of yourself when you accomplish this task. Thanks. See you in class.